Hey guys, what's going on? Sage1 back here for another video. Today we're going to be going through the entire process of porting a gun from Black Ops. So, before I start, you're going to need a couple of things, if I can remember. You're going to need Call of Duty Black Ops for, you're going to have to actually buy the game on Steam, sadly, for, I don't know how much it is, but you have to buy the game on Steam. And then I'll actually show you how to do this right now. Where's my Steam? Because you have to get the mod tools from Steam for Black Ops, and they're not the easiest thing to find. So just let me show you how it's... shit. Sorry. Let me show you how you find them, because not the... if you're not very experienced with finding this kind of stuff, it might be a little bit difficult. So let me open up Steam. Come on, you dumb thing. There we go. Alright, so we have my Steam opened up. So open up your Steam, and after you have the game downloaded, and you'll know you do by going to Library, and you'll see Call of Duty Black Ops. Well, what you want to do is up here where it says Search, and then it says All Games, you just want to drop that down, and then go to Tools. And then right down here, it'll say Call of Duty Black Ops Mod Tools Beta. So you're going to want to download that, because that'll give you the all the X models and animations and everything you need, and the images, and, well, yeah, pretty much everything you need to port the guns. So that's good. I'm going to close my Steam, and the next thing you need is Tom BMX's X Model Utils tool, and I'll have a link for that in the description. Thank you very much, Tom, for making this tool. Just want to give you a little shout out there, because I know you worked hard on this, and it helped a lot. So, when you have your mod tools installed, you can go up to Settings, and then make sure the well, go to COD Black Ops, and then go to the root folder, so that'll be just Call of Duty Black Ops, wherever you have it located, and then you change the active game to COD BO. Okay, so save it, and now we just need to find our gun's world model and view model. So I'm just going to type here, and anything that you're going to port has a T5 before it, so type T5 underscore, and then I'm going to type weapon, and then you can see, like, for an example, the Colt here, they have view models and world models. So let me just find one that's not too difficult to port, because, like, I don't want to port one right now with all these attachments to it and stuff, because that would be really, like, a big pain to port. Actually, why don't I do the M1911? I know it's, like, pretty much the same thing, but you get the point anyways. So what you're going to want to do, and since this requires Maya, what you're going to... get off my screen. Make a folder on your desktop or wherever, just call it whatever you want. I called mine Xmodel Export, and I have all my stuff in here, so I'll delete all that. Get this. Come on. Sorry, this program can sometimes be a bit of a pain. If you're looking for a quick tutorial, you're in the wrong place. Here, let's end the process. I'll just restart her up. Documents.
Why, hello there.
Hello. Alright, so then I'll search T5 weapon, and then let's get the M1911. So when you're in COD, people were complaining about the USP, how it's supposed to be only one-handed. Well, the engine doesn't really support that, so you can't have, like, two-handed guns and stuff. Like, it's not as dynamic in World at War, then you can't really have that. So we need the right-handed. So you see there's a left-hand one and a right-hand. We want the right-handed one. So what we're going to do is, where it says T5 weapon M1911 RL view model, we're going to go up to the top, and well, first we're going to go to settings, and then we're going to go to export, and then make sure the include bind script is checked, because pretty much if you don't have that checked, all these little ticks here, those joints, won't be attached to the mesh and your gun will not move at all, and you want it to move. So just make sure that you have all that, or you have that. So yeah, when you have your gun selected, whatever you're going to port, I like doing the view model first and then the world model, but it doesn't matter, whatever your preference is. So I'm going to go to the top, and with it selected, I'm going to click Export MA, and I'm going to click Create GDT. And then I'm going to go down here to T5 Weapon M1911 World, and then I'm going to do the same, Import MA, or Export MA, sorry, and then Create GDT. So that's good. I'm going to exit out of the utils, and someone's messaging me. I won't do that while I'm... Okay, so now what you're going to want to do is go to So now what you're going to want to do is go to your Xmodel export, or whatever folder you exported your MA files to. So then go to here, and then you'll see that in folders we have T5 Weapon M1911 view model, and then it has the MA and all the images, and they're all in DDS format, so very convenient for you. But yep, so I'm going to do this one first. So you see we have T5 Weapon M1911 right hand view model 1. I'm going to open that up, so just double click it, and then Maya should open. So I'll open that up in my 8.5. Just wait for that to go. Maya takes a little bit to open, so I'll have to take a little bit of time to do that. Anytime. There we go. Alright, come on. Come on, you're loading stuff. There we go. Okay, so now we're in Maya, and I'm gonna put this a little bit bigger, and I'll move around. Now if we click 5, it'll go to shaded, and we have all the shades here. And then if I click 6, it'll go to the other view. And it looks very similar, but trust me, you'll be able to tell the difference in game. The reason it's so shiny in Black Ops is because it has the specular maps, but for some reason I can't get the specular maps working for the Black Ops guns, so I apologize for that. But so if we go back to wireframe by pressing 4 on your keyboard, you can see all these joints here: J-bolt, J-gun. Those are all the joints that pretty much make it work. Tag clip, tag brass, tag flash, so that's all good. But currently, these joints are not binded to their meshes. Like this is a mesh, this is a mesh, that's the slide and everything. So what we're going to want to do is go back to the folder, and then you're going to see this thing called T5 underscore weapon underscore 1911 whatever, and then it'll be called underscore bind.mel. What you're going to want to do is, just with nothing selected, take this and drag it onto the open Maya window, and then as you see here it says binding Tom Mesh 3, but if we go and click this little thing in the corner, it'll show that it binded all the things to their meshes, all the joints to their meshes. So now if we click this, it shows what it's binded to. Like J-bolt is binded to the slide, and J-gun is binded to like everything. But alright, so now what we're going to want to do next is click 5 to go into shaded view, and you'll see that it's gray. Call of Duty World at War is kind of stupid. You can't actually import an object. It'll show up black if you try to use the images and stuff. If you do not change all the meshes completely white. They have to be completely blank white. So what we're going to do for this is go with nothing selected, go up to Window, and then Outliner, and then drop down both the Tom weapon view model. If you click both of these, you might think everything's selected, but if you drop this down, you can see there's a bunch of stuff that's still not selected. So here's everything. So what you're going to want to do is select that, and then shift all the way down to here. Now everything is selected. So when you're exporting it, that's what you'll do. But for now, all we want is the meshes, so I'm just going to select all of the meshes. So that is all the meshes right there. So what I'm going to do is right click and then go to color sets and then color set editor, and then up here you'll see color. Click that, and then there'll be a thing here called apply color. If you haven't done this before, you're going to want to click the thing beside it, and then make sure that this color thing here is right at the top, so it's completely blank white. And when you're sure that's good, you can just say apply color, and then it makes it completely white. Click out of this, click out of this. You're good. So see, it's completely white, and that's not how it's going to look, because if you still press 6, it goes back to texture. The shade is just white. So if you switch back to between those, you'll see that in the wireframe. So yeah, that's good. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is export it with the Call of Duty World at War Maya plugin. So I'm going to go back to Window and Outliner once again, and I'm going to open everything in the list, and then I'm going to select it all, but actually it won't matter, because as soon as we go to Call of Duty World at War, the tab at the top, and then go to Model Exporter, it's going to unselect everything anyways. But we can just go and reselect it all, so that's good. Now it's all selected. So let's go to add new entry, and then we'll check entry 1 right there, and then this is very important, make sure you click force export selected joints, and then we just need to click the 3 little dots beside here, and then let's browse for the folder that is Program Files 86, Activision, Call of Duty World at War, and then Model Export. Good. So what we're going to want to do is name our model export the same thing as our model, which is up here, T5 underscore weapon underscore 1911 underscore right, or RH underscore view model 1. So I'm going to rename it, same thing, T5 underscore weapon underscore 1911 underscore right hand underscore view model 1. So that's good. I'll just say set and set exports, select exports, and then export selected entries. And then if you want to change it, just say yes. If no, say no. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to say yes. And then you'll see it'll export, and then that'll be it. Then we'll go up here to File and Save Scene, and then we can exit it in Maya. So that's pretty much how you port the view model. Now it's pretty much the exact same thing with the world model. So we'll go back here to T5 weapon 1911 right hand world, and I'll open the .ma for that. Probably could have just opened it as a new project. Probably didn't have to close Maya completely, but whatever, it's done now. So I'll wait for Maya to load up. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. I have this all memorized in my head, so and I pretty much had to learn most of it myself. Other than learning how to do like export stuff, I had to learn how to do the X models and all the animations and stuff myself. But alright, this is the world model. You'll see tag weapon if we go into the wireframe, and then we'll see the tag brass, and then this will be the muzzle flash, which is tag flash. So that's good. We're gonna go to 5, press 5. And you'll see it's like this again. So in a second we're going to change this all white, but first go back to the folder, and then you'll see again we have a bind.mel, sorry, and we're just going to want to, with nothing selected, drop that in the window, and then if we go here we'll see it binded stuff again. So hopefully that did alright. Good. So then what we're going to want to do is with 5, so we have the shaded selected, we're gonna want to go up to Window, and then Outliner, and then select all the mesh, which is pretty much just that. So just go like that, it's fine. And then right click, go to Color Sets, Color Set Editor, Color, and then if you haven't already, go here and make sure the color is white, but if not, you can just say apply color, and then you see it turned all white, so now COD the textures will show up in COD. So that's good. Just put it, you can go like that, the textures are still all there, like usual. So now what I'm going to do is go to Call of Duty World at War, Model Exporter, and then I'm going to select everything in this list. So now everything here is selected. Or if you want to do it easier, you can probably just go up to Edit and then select all. But if there's other stuff in your project, and actually no, it didn't select everything anyways, so don't do that. Pretty sure I did that once. I wonder if that project worked out or not. Anyways, go to Add New Entry and just make sure it's on Export Only. I think that's fine. And then check Entry 1. Force Export All Selected Joints. Make sure you do that. It's important. And then we'll go here. And then we're going to search for computer, OS, program files 86, Activision, Call of Duty World at War. And then we'll go to model underscore export. And then we're going to name it again the same thing as what the model name was. So we're going to name it T5 underscore weapon underscore 1911 underscore RH for right hand underscore LOD in caps and then 01. So that's the world model. If it has a LOD underscore 01 or LOD 01, I find that's always the world model. I wouldn't say go on that, like that's always going to be like that, because it might not always be, but just that's what I've seen. So I'm going to save changes yes, doesn't matter, you can say yes or no, but I'm going to do yes, and then it exports it all, so that's good. Now I'm going to go to File, Save Scene, and that's all we have to do for Maya, so I'll close out of Maya. That's good. Next thing we are going to do is go to your launcher, and then I'll go to my Asset Manager. So you need to go to Asset Manager, and then go to File, Open, and then navigate to your Call of Duty World at War root folder, and then go to Source underscore Data, and then search for what your model name was. And I'm going to do the view model first as always, and this the GDT is called T5 underscore weapon underscore 1911 underscore RH underscore view model. The same as when we were in Tom's X Model Utils and we said create GDT. This is the GDT. So I'm going to open it, and this is pretty much where it manages the materials in the X model. So pretty much what I'm going to do is go back to the Maya folder, the model export. I'm going to go get the view model first, and then you'll see images in here. You're going to want to make a new folder, or not make a new folder, but open a new folder, and then go to Activision, World at War root, raw images. And then here we have all our images, just copy and paste, and then I already had that, so just, yeah. And then go back and go to the world model images, copy it because there might be different ones, and then it'll probably just say to replace all, but there might be some different ones, so that's good. Now the images are there, so I can exit out of this, and if you put it in folders, just mind you have to call that folder within the color map, so just keep it in mind. But for now I'll show you how to do it, as long as you just put it into the images folder, no folder inside of there. So it's good. I'll do exit it out, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the material first and then the X model. So because the X model won't work unless you have the material, so I'm going to go to the material and then model thong. This will all already be set up. The only thing you have to change is you have to delete the normal map here and then delete the specular map, because if you try to compile it with the, or try to convert it with the specular map, it'll say that its size is 0 and it can't work. So yeah, so you see it says images right here. Anything before the little slash, so it'll be like the model name or whatever, just delete that and then type raw, and then before that have another slash. And then what you should do is just copy this if you're doing multiple materials, because then you can just put it for all the color maps as raw images, because that is where our file is located. But if you don't need to, then that's fine. But yeah, just slash raw slash images and then there. So then you can just go to PC convert and then say convert asset only, or current asset, sorry. And these are just a lot of errors for other stuff, but if I do it the second time, you'll see everything worked fine. So that's good. File save. Don't really need to yet, but anyways, then go to X model, and then select T5 weapon and T11 right hand, blah blah blah. And what we're going to want to do is delete everything but the file name. So T5 weapon, because it'll be searching for in the X model export folder or model export folder. So that's good. Make sure the type is on animated because it has joints on it, so just make sure it's not rigid or anything else. Make sure it's animated. So just a thing to look out for. Then go PC convert, current asset only, and then worked out all fine apparently. So I'll do file, save, and then just to check to make sure it worked, we're going to go back to launcher and go to asset viewer, and we'll wait for that to open up. And then what we're going to want to do is type T5 underscore, and then we see it right there, 1911, and then we can see this is the 1911 from Black Ops, and it is in the game. So we know that the view model worked, and it's going fine, and then it shows the material right there, and the images are all working. Now, if you import this and you see the gun, but it has black all over it, then you missed the step in Maya where you did not change the gun so it's all white. So make sure you go right-click in Maya, go to color sets with all the meshes selected, and then hit apply color and make sure the color is white for the shade, not the actual texture. But if you did everything as I said, it should have the texture showing up. So that's good for the view model. Now we're going to do the world model. So I'm going to exit out of this, and then we're going to go back to File and Asset Manager, and then Open, and you'll see another one called T5 underscore weapon underscore 1911 right hand world. So that's the world model. We're going to open that GDT file up, and then there'll be another material in X model, but we're just pretty much going to want to get the material. Yeah. And if you notice, the name is the exact same, which means that it's the same material for the gun. So we don't actually have to do this again because that's already there. We just need to go to X model, and then we need to take off everything but the file name. So T5 weapon mod 1, good, convert current asset. Okay, it's just saying it's a duplicate. So that should work. If it doesn't, we'll go back and we'll problem solve. But let's go view it in asset viewer again and see if it turned out well. Should have, but we'll see. T5 weapon, and then it says LOD1. So as you see, this is the world model, this is the view model. They both worked out well. That's good. So now that part is done. Now we need to work on the weapon file. So if we exit out of this and go to File, and then we'll just go to Weapon Settings. But if you don't have that in your recents, go to Open, and then Source Data, and then go all the way down to the bottom and find Weapon Settings. So open that up, and then as you see, there'll be a Colt here. I'm gonna redo the Colt because, well, that's just probably the easiest way to do it. Is just overwrite this weapon file. If you really want it to be exact, you have to go into the Black Ops Asset Manager, and you can't copy the GDTs from Black Ops because it will go corrupt. So you have to actually look at every single thing and copy it over one by one, but I don't have time for that right now. Sorry. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to change the display name to M1911.45. That's good, I think. If it's incorrect to the one in Black Ops, just, well, I don't really care right now. Sorry. So what you're going to want to do is, with this all, you're going to want to go down until you see X models. So now this is the one from World at War. We don't want that, because we want to have the one that's right from Black Ops. So what I'm going to do is go to, where is it? I'm going to find what the file name was, and to do that I'm going to go back to my model export, and oh, they're not the, oh, here we go, and then go into it, and then whatever the .ma is called is what it's going to be called. So for the view model, I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to go back to Asset Manager, and then where it says View Gun, I'm going to put that there, because that's the view model. Then I'm going to go back out, go to the world, I need to copy the name by pressing Control C, by the way, for to copy that, which is the world model, and then go here, and then press Control V to paste it in the world gun. So that's the world gun. So now pretty much it would be all working. But next thing we need to do is animations. So this is a bit of an annoying part, to be honest. I just actually remembered another program you need, but I'll also include that in the description, so don't worry, I'll have it. So you can exit out of this, and now we're going to pretty much manually port the animations. So open up two Windows Explorer windows here, side by side, and put this one off to the side a little bit. It doesn't have to be as. And then we're going to go and find our Black Ops root folder here. So I'm going to go down to Steam, because that's where I have it, Steam, and then I'm going to go to Steam Apps, Common, Call of Duty Black Ops, and then Raw, and then Xanim, and then here we have all the animations for the entire game. Then, here, we're going to want to go to OS, Program Files, x86, Activision, Call of Duty World at War, and then, oh, sorry, I went blank. We're going to go to Raw, and then we're going to hit Xanim, so that's good. Now we have the Black Ops Xanim folder and the Call of Duty World at War Xanim folder. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to find out from the Black Ops Asset Manager what all the names are for the Colt. So, I'm going to go like this, and go to my Call of Duty Black Ops Beta Mount Tools, and then I'm going to say and then we'll log in. Okay, so now here's the Black Ops Mod Tools. What I'm going to do is open up the Black Ops Asset Manager, and then I'll wait for it to load up, because it's going to process all the GDTs. Alright, good. So now I'm going to go to File, Open, and then it should already be on Source Data, but actually this is the wrong source data. This is for Call of Duty World at War. So what we're going to do is go back to Program Files, 86, and scroll down until we see Steam. Then I'm going to go to Steam Apps, Common, Call of Duty Black Ops, and I'm going to go to Source_Data, and then we're going to find our gun. And our gun is the M1911, so we'll scroll down until we see it, and it's right there. So, I don't think it matters, but I'm porting the one in zombie, so I'm just going to go to zombie mode, which is right there. So it's, yeah, in this, instead of saying zombie underscore, they call it, whatever weapon and then underscore ZM for zombie mode. So, right here, I'm just going to scroll down until I see animations in here. And then right here, here's where we see the animations. So I'm going to pull up the other asset manager right beside it, and it can be a little bit hard to see, or even tell which one is which, because they are fairly similar, except for the different font and a little bit different format. But now what I'm going to do is, you see Xanim's idle, Xanim's idle. I'm just going to copy these. Oh crap, actually I forgot something. You would want to copy your entry. You don't want to overwrite the old one. So I'm going to copy the entry and then call it BO for Black Ops underscore M1911. So sorry for that. Now we're on BO underscore M1911, and now we're going to copy it just so you don't overwrite the other file. View model Colt M1911 SW idle. So I'm going to put that there, and then empty idle there. And you just got to keep copying these over and over. And then we're going to get last shot and reload, and then reload empty, and then pull out, pull out, put away, and then just keep copying them for all these. And this one's pull out fast. Do we have a pull out fast? No, I don't think we do. So we're just going to use the normal pull out and put away ones for this.